Hey guys, I'm here with an update on Maya. Today is Wednesday. Um, so we've had an interesting few days. She seems to be relaxing quite easily, but she also seems to be having a bit of an issue in terms of maybe a little bit of stress, as well as like being afraid of being left alone, which according to my cousin is not like her. So apparently, before my aunt and uncle passed away and everything was normal and everything was good at home, Maya's personality was very much like keeping to herself. She didn't really meow very much unless she wanted food. But even then it wasn't a lot. And she spent most of her days in this bed. So they had like a guest bedroom that essentially was turned into a room for Maya. She took over it. And so she had her litter box in there, her toys, her scratching post, her bed, but she mainly slept on the twin size bed underneath the blankets. So that's where she would spend the majority of her days, either there or in her tunnel. So she would come out to play. Like once a day she would play with my aunt. My aunt was her play buddy, and apparently my uncle was her cuddle buddy, although she was never really a cuddly cat. She liked being near you, but yeah, she just liked being near by, but not really cuddled on. But apparently once a day, like in the afternoon, she would sit on my uncle's lap for a bit. And then she also liked to run up and down the hallway of their condo building. But for the most part, she kept to herself. So, like, according to what I've told my cousin about how she's been acting, it's been a complete personality change. So let's start off our first night because I don't know if I talked about it. So since Maya was first adopted as a kitten, she has been used to being kept in a separate room at night. So I wasn't aware of what the reason for that was until we figured it out ourselves on her first night with us, because we did not have the heart to put her in a separate room, because the only separate room we have is the office. It's pretty small. There's a lot of stuff in there. And we just she had been alone for 2.5 weeks at the condo, except for the fact that like my cousin was going twice a day to feed her, clean the litter box, pet her, that kind of stuff. For the most part, she was pretty much alone at the condo for like 2.5 weeks. So we were like, poor thing, like she was craving attention by this point. And here she comes. Hi, Maya. Hi. Hi, baby. She follows me, guys. She follows me everywhere. She was sleeping in her bed in the office because I was working on the computer, and I left to come and do this video, and now she's here. So anyways, we just decided to like let her roam free on the first night. And I went to bed pretty late that night, which that's another thing, like my aunt and uncle would go to bed early. So she was also used to like being put into the room like earlier in the night. So anyways, I was up kind of late because I was just like enamored with her. I'm watching her sleep on the love seat. Yes, I was. Yes. And so I guess I was like in bed about 2 hours or so. And then she decided to come up on the bed. And I was like, oh, you're going to come and sleep with us. Okay. Then she proceeded to go up to my pillow above my head, and she started like headbutting and rubbing like super hard on my head, like to the point where like I could feel her teeth because she was like rubbing her mouth and everything. And I'm like, what is she doing? And it kind of made me nervous because I was like, I don't like, she's being very like aggressively like headbutting me. And I was like, oh gosh, like I do not want a cat that like, because I know some cats like to sleep around their owner's heads. I've never had a cat that does that. I have no desire to have a cat like sleeping around my head because I don't want to like breathe in cat hair and stuff. But anyways, she proceeded to like try and lick and bite my hair. And I was like, what? So then I was like, no, Maya. And like, I kind of nudged her. She went down and slept near Alex's feet for a little bit. But then she came right back up to our pillows. And then she was headbutting Alex and headbutting me. And like, we were woken up. And she kept doing this on and off for the next couple of hours. And we were like, okay, this is not good. So then that's when I told my cousin about it. And she's like, yeah, she's like, that's why they locked her up. So I was like, oh, crap. Okay. So then Sunday night, her second night, we decided to, instead of locking her in the office, because Alex didn't want to do it, he thought it would be mean, we decided to just close our bedroom door. And she was okay, but then she started pounding on the door at like 5 in the morning, which apparently is what she usually does because she's like wanting food. So that was like normal for her. But pounding at her door, and so we were tired. So anyways, like Alex just decided to get up at that point because like he had to get up at 6 for work anyway, but he was really tired. And she likes to sit there, sleep there, or over here. So anyways, we did that. And so then we decided for Monday night, we were going to try putting her in the office because we were like, you know what? Like after talking to my cousin about it, she's like, it's part of her routine. So it might even be comforting for her because it's part of her routine. And this is what she's done like her whole life. So we tried it. It went horribly. She pretty much scratched, pawed the door, meowed. When I first left the office with her in it and closed the door, she started wheezing really bad. Like we kind of figured out that her wheezing gets worse when she's a little bit stressed because her first day here, she was wheezing really bad because obviously she was stressed because she was in a new environment and had just had an hour-long car ride. But her second day during the day, like her wheezing was a lot more quiet and kind of stable sounding. But when I put her in that room, like I could hear her in our bedroom. Our bedroom's right next door to the office. And I could hear her like wheezing, scratching on the door, meowing, and it was nonstop all night. She would stop for maybe like 10 to 15 minutes at a time, and then she would start again. And we just did not get any sleep that night. That was on Monday night. And we felt so bad. And I ended up getting up at 4 a.m. and getting her up or getting her out of the room. And I came and laid on the couch, and she came up on the couch and started kneading my stomach. It was really, really cute. And then she just kind of like laid down under the coffee table. So I kind of dozed on and off until Alex got up for work. So yeah, we were pretty much dead tired on that. Wait, Saturday night, Sunday night. Yeah, that was Monday night. So yeah, Tuesday we were like dead tired because we had like barely any sleep at all. I think I got less than Alex because I went to bed at like 12:30 a.m. and he had gone to bed at like 10 p.m. So he got a little bit more sleep than I did, but I probably got maybe an hour. So we were like, oh gosh. So in terms of sleep, last night was a bit better. We just closed our bedroom door. We left her out and she started pawing at the door at like 3:45 a.m. But she didn't do it for very long, maybe like 5 minutes. Then she gave up. And then I was able to go back to sleep. And then she started again around like her usual 5 a.m. So our solution that we're going to try, it just came. It was just delivered. We got an automatic food dispenser and we're going to break up her breakfast meal a little bit. And we're going to have it programmed to dispense some food for her around the time that she usually starts bugging us for food, to try and hopefully avoid her banging on the door and waking us up earlier than we want to be woken up. Fingers crossed it works. So there was that. That's like, it's a very minor issue. And I really do have a good feeling that this pet food dispenser thing is going to help. I really do. The other issue though is a little bit of a bigger issue and we're really trying to figure it out. I don't know how to fix this, but, her first day with us, it took her until like that evening to use the litter box. 'Cause Alex was just like, I just want to see her use the litter box so that I know she knows how to use it and that she knows that it's there in the office. And I'm like, okay, just wait and we'll see. So we saw her go in, we heard her go pee, went in, she had peed, all was good. We're like, perfect, great. And I believe the same thing. Yeah, like the next morning, woke up, there was some pee in the litter box. He scooped it out. It's all good. Everything's going good. Then Sunday night before I went to bed, I was literally getting ready to go to bed and I was like, maybe I should just check her litter box real quick before I go to bed to see if it needs to be scooped. I walk into a big puddle of pee beside her litter box. And I was like, oh no, like what's going on? Why is this? And then I realized she also had a puddle of pee in front of the litter box. Now, I wasn't sure if it had gone from the front of the litter box and then just sort of ran to the side because like, I don't even know if our floors are fully even in this place. Or if she literally had actually maybe peed a little bit earlier in front and then this one was the more recent one beside it. And I was like, oh no. So, cleaned it up as best as I could. We didn't have any of the urine eliminator spray that we used to have. Remember when the cats upstairs were peeing and it was getting into our crawl space and we had to clean it? We had bought like this special spray to get rid of cat urine smell. We didn't have that anymore. We got rid of that when Riley passed away. So thankfully right now I have Amazon Prime, and so we ordered some of that spray. In the meantime, I tried vinegar to like get as much of the smell as I could. Cleaned off all the litter box because it was all wet underneath and everything. I cleaned everything up. I was like, okay, good. So Monday morning, woke up. Alex got up for work and comes into the bedroom going, come and look at this. And so I went and she had peed again on the floor. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? So I talked to my cousin about it, and apparently in the past, my uncle had told my cousin that a couple of times Maya had done this, but it wasn't really, like maybe only 2 or 3 times in all the years they've had her has she done it. And when she did it, it was because the litter box hadn't been cleaned out yet. And she didn't like it. She likes a super clean litter box. Well, I was like, well, we've been scooping like twice a day, sometimes even 3 times a day. Like basically if she goes, we scoop it. So it's not that. So I was like, what the heck? Is it, maybe it's stress because of all the changes, but she also went in the box before this. So we were confused. And then the rest of Monday, actually, yeah, the rest of Monday, she peed in the box. There was none on the floor at all. She pooped in the box. She peed in the box. Everything was great throughout the day. On Monday, I was like, fantastic. This is wonderful. And the spray came in the mail and I cleaned all the floor really good. Everything was great. I was like, this is wonderful. I also ordered pee pads to put down under the litter box just in case she peed again outside of the box. But like I said, all day Monday, other than the thing that we woke up to, the rest of Monday she was peeing in the box, no problem. I was giving her treats after she would go in the box. But then, like I said, Monday night we put her in the office. We woke up to she had peed outside of the box again onto the pee pad. Thank God I didn't have to clean the floor again, but onto the pee pad. And then I could tell that the pee was down the side of the litter box. So I'm like, she must literally just be like missing the box like by ever so slightly. And I couldn't figure out, is it just that she's missing aim or is she doing it on purpose because she's stressed? I don't get it. So then right after she got out, so then later in the day, I saw her go into the office to use the litter box and I waited for her to finish and then I went to check and she had peed again on the pee pad. I was like, ugh. So this time, got it cleaned up. I totally emptied the litter box, gave it a good washing, put some fresh litter in there, everything just nice and clean. I filled it up really good because I was asking my cousin if she likes it shallow, like if Maya likes the kitty litter more shallow or deeper. She likes it deeper, so I put more in, put it all down with the pee pad underneath, and I waited. And so yesterday was the first day that I was spending time in the office on the computer. And I think I made like a little video clip of her hanging out with me. And I said I was going to explain more about what I was talking about in that video. So this is what it was, is about this pee issue. And so as she was hanging out with me in the office, she decided to use the litter box. So I actually got to visually witness what she's doing. And she's literally just like, her butt is just over, like her butt is literally at over the edge of the litter box. So when she's peeing, some is going into the litter box and some is going over the edge and down onto the pee pad. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. How can we fix this? Because other than that, she is like the sweetest little kitty and we love her, and she makes all these funny sounds, and when she bathes herself, she's hilarious. When she bathes herself, she's like no rhyme or reason to where she's cleaning, and she makes all these little grunting sounds and funny like slurping sounds. She's really loud when she bathes herself. It's funny. She gives us these little meows. Like if we look at her, she'll be like meow. And she wants to follow me everywhere. Like I said, like she has attached herself to me. She is glued to me, but also to Alex, like more so to me, but she also with Alex, like she just wants to be near us. And because of that, I think that's why she wasn't using her cat bed, because we had put it in the hallway. And I guess she felt that that was too far away from us. So when I moved it into the office yesterday when I was working, she uses that now when I'm on the computer. So she always has to be in the same room as me. It's so cute. But she, I've gotten her playing, like running around, chasing things. She's very playful when she wants to be. She does get wheezing a lot though when she plays, so she tires easily from playing. Maybe it's like a 5-minute play session and she's done. She loves pets. Like she's just constantly looking for attention, which I said is completely different for her. So I assume that what's happened is she saw my uncle disappeared, my aunt disappeared, then my cousin disappeared when we took her home. Now she's in a new home and with new people. And I think she just was craving attention for one thing, and I gave it to her. I've been giving it to her. So now she's like wanting me in sight all the time, as if to say, like, I don't want you to leave me too. Like, I don't want you to disappear. Even if I step out to throw something in the garbage, I come back and she is watching the door. She's waiting for me to come back in. It's really sweet, but it's also like, I feel bad for her, like I feel so bad that, she's going through all this stuff. So we're not really sure if the peeing problem is just because of all the changes and it's a stress related thing, because I did read it could be a stress related thing. It can't have anything to do with the cleanliness of the box because I keep it immaculately clean. So it can't be that. So I'm thinking it's either stress, or we have also decided to order a larger kitty litter box for her just to see if this might fix the problem, because maybe she won't overhang her butt anymore, because she'll have like the litter box is going to be a lot longer, so she'll have more room like on the near the back end. So that should be coming tomorrow, and I really am praying and hoping and praying that that fixes the problem. But I also am a little leery about it because I don't know, like, if she's doing it out of stress, she'll probably figure out how to do it in a bigger box too, but it's worth a shot. It's worth seeing. And I've ordered more pee pads because we're going through them pretty quick. Because yeah, the rest of yesterday, like yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah, all day yesterday, she peed on the pee pad every time. So she never once went in the box. Like I said, some of it gets in the box because she's right on the edge. So depending on how it trickles down, some gets in the box, but not all of it. The majority of it goes down the front of the box and onto the pee pad. Yeah, so we're kind of like, speaking of which, I think she's going to the litter box now. At least I hope she does. Because she actually went to go earlier when I was in there at the computer. And then she got startled by something and went out. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope you don't end up peeing somewhere else now. But I think she's going. We'll have to see what happens. I don't know. I feel like she's just going to go on the pee pad again. But anyways, so yeah, all day. No, I can hear it. I can hear it going down the side of the litter box. So yeah, she's peeing down the side again. Shoot. I really hope we can fix this problem. Because it's really like, I feel bad for her. And we're not scolding her or anything, because we understand that if it's stress related, like, she can't help this. But yeah, poor baby. We're just trying to figure out solutions to to deal with it, so that, because like when we're at work, I won't be able to clean it up right away like I've been doing. And that part worries me. So, oh, she's still in there. I wonder if she's pooping now too. Anyways, all that to say, yeah, basically ever since we put her in the room overnight, she's been peeing on the pee pad for every single pee. Whereas she had that one little stretch on the Sunday where she was going in the box, and I was like, yes, and I was giving her treats after it, and it just didn't. Okay, I don't know what she's doing now. She's taking a while. I'm afraid to go in and check because I don't want to startle her out of the box again. But I guess we'll have to see what she's doing. I don't know. Sorry, guys. So anyways, that's about it. She has licked my hand, which was super cute. And like I said, she was kneading my belly the other morning when I came out early. And she has slept on the bed with me. Like when Alex goes to work and it's just me in the bed, she will sleep on the bed with me with no problems, doesn't go after my head or anything. It's only when the two of us are in the bed. So, I think I feel like I need to check on her. Okay, so I had to check on her just because she seemed to be taking a little while in there. And she was making some strange sounds, so I was worried she was like having problems or something. But anyways, as I started to approach the office, next thing you know, she came out. So I went in to check, and sort of good news, sort of bad news, I don't really know. But she peed in the box. I thought that it was going on the floor by the sounds of it, but she actually peed in the box this time. Although she was like right up against the edge, sort of the box. But then she also had obviously had to turn around, and she pooped in the opposite corner. But there was also 3 poop turds on the floor next to the litter box, which that hasn't happened before either. Yeah, that has not happened before. So far, she's only done 2 poops with us, maybe 3, and they've all been inside the litter box. There has never been any out, but the majority of the poop was in the box. There was just 3 turds on the floor. So I'm kind of considering that a little bit of a win in that she didn't pee outside the box. So that's a good thing. So yeah, so I don't know what happened with the poop then. I don't know why she pooped outside the box this time. The mysteries of a cat. I'm really starting to think the bigger litter box might be the answer. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it is. And we decided to go with a stainless steel one because I've been doing some reading up on litter boxes, and they say like the stainless steel ones are better. They're easier to clean, and they're not porous like plastic is. Like the plastic litter, like over time, they just hold the stench of urine. Doesn't matter how often you wash them, how many times you wash them, you eventually can't get that smell out because plastic is porous. So they said the stainless steel ones are a lot more sanitary in that aspect. So that will come tomorrow. Fingers crossed it all works and corrects this problem. Or if it is a stress thing, I'm just hoping that after about a week, she'll feel like, you know, each day she'll feel more and more secure and comfortable that maybe it'll just like disappear on its own. Because if it is stress, like it has to go away eventually. Like we're showing her tons of love and affection. You know, she's getting used to the layout of the house and the surroundings and everything like that. So, and I mean, our apartment is super small. It didn't take her that long to figure out the layout of everything, but she's still like investigating things. She's still finding little things here and there that she hasn't explored yet. So, she's getting there. But cats do grieve. So it's a lot of changes in such a short period of time for her. So I don't know if you guys can hear in the background with her wheezing. It's cute, but it's also concerning. I'm really wanting to get a third opinion because my uncle got two opinions on it that it was apparently fine. They didn't find anything wrong. But I just want to put my mind at ease and get another vet to look at it just to make sure. But other than that, she's doing great. She really loves me. She's pawed at my back for attention. She's put her paw on my hand and then licked my hand. Sorry, guys. The batteries on my digital camera keep dying on me. I think they're getting old. And my camera is so jacked up. Like, I really need to get a new one. But anyways, yeah, I just want to wrap this up because I don't want it to be too long of a video. I don't know how I'm going to break this up because I have little video clips of her from like a progression over the days. So I don't know where I'll put this or whatever, but just kind of wanted to give you the update on how she's doing and how she's settling in and all that stuff. But yeah, like I think what I was in the process of saying was like her licking my hand, her meowing. Like today she's been very vocal. She's been meowing like early, like late morning, early afternoon. She was meowing a lot, like a lot. And not in like a bad way, like a chatty way. Like she was talking to me and, licking my hand and pawing for attention. And just, it's all about wanting pets and attention and being nearby, like sitting near me, whatever. She's let me pick her up and hold her to look out the window for a little bit. Maybe she only likes to be held maybe anywhere from like a minute to 2 minutes max. But apparently that's normal for her. She lets you know when she's done. She starts to wiggle and like, let me go. She purrs like crazy when you pet her and everything like that. And so all of these things are like a complete personality change for her, according to my cousin. She has never been one to really want all this kind of attention. And she's not one to meow a lot. She's not one to follow you around room to room. Like if she's sleeping beside me and I have to get up to go to the washroom or go to the kitchen or something, she wakes up. As soon as she hears me stand up, she wakes up, she gets down and she follows me around. And if I'm going to different rooms, like if I'm cleaning or, putting things away in different rooms, she's following me room to room. Like she trails right behind me. It is the cutest thing. So she has a bit, I think it's like a little bit of separation anxiety going on. She wants to be near and she's probably feeling a little unsure because, all these people keep disappearing. And I actually, the other thing is I found out a little bit about Maya's backstory as well, because my aunt and uncle adopted her from the SPCA when she was 8 months old. The SPCA rescued her when she was 8 months old. My aunt and uncle adopted her when she was 9 months old. She's currently 13 years old and her birthday is September 7th, 2009 is roughly what they're estimating. So she'll be 14 in September. But apparently her story is that she was found abandoned in an apartment. Someone walking by the apartment heard a kitten meowing and scratching on the door. And they went in, come to find, I guess, whoever lived there with the kitten just up and moved out and left the kitten all by herself. So given that as a kitten, she was left, just abandoned. And then her two favorite people, my aunt and uncle, she was so loved by them. They took such good care of her. They had a whole routine with her for feeding, brushing, playing, like everything. Like she had a whole routine with them. And they just were like the best fur parents for her. And to just like, first my uncle disappears, then my aunt disappears, and then my cousin who was going to the house twice a day disappears, and now she's driving an hour in a car in her carrier and taken to a whole new environment with two new people. Like, just think about what could be going through her little head. Poor baby. So so we're just giving her tons of love and tons of attention whenever she wants it, and just always acknowledging her. And if we have to get up, and she kind of looks at us like, where are you going? We just reassure her. We're like, it's okay, Maya. It's okay. We're here and everything. I'm going to feel terrible going back to work next week and leaving her. I really, really am. Thankfully, I only work 3 days a week. So that's good. And my commute is super short. Like my commute is like 10 to 20 minutes. So I am usually home by like 4:30 on those days that I work. So anyways, like we're trying to keep her feeding schedule as close to what my aunt and uncle had. However, like because we're not two retired people who are at home all day long, we are going to have to make like some minor tweaks to it. And one of those tweaks too is going to now include this food dispenser, to try and curb that like early morning wake up thing. But I think if we stay consistent with whatever feeding schedule we tweak a little bit, as long as we continue to consistently, follow that, every day she'll get into a new routine and she'll start to understand the new routine and consistency. And hopefully that will help with the stress and everything as well. But we're trying to not make too many changes to the schedule if we can allow it, like depending on our work schedule and that. And like my nanny job is coming to an end at the end of June. So I'm trying to line up a new nanny job to start in July. Fingers crossed I can do that because I really don't want to be out of work. So again, like we might have to make minor tweaks depending on what my new hours end up being with my new nanny job. So, but that's at least a month away. It gives her a little bit of time to adjust, and then we can just make like some little slow changes here and there. But overall, she's doing well. She's super cute, and we're loving having her here. We just are hoping to get the whole litter box situation figured out. And I think we're on the right track for nighttime. And on the days that I'm home, actually, I'm able to sleep in, and actually have her sleep with me on the bed. For some reason, once she's got her food in her belly, she calms down, and because Alex isn't in the bed, she has like a whole side of the bed to herself, and she will come and sleep beside me, like kind of towards the bottom, like the foot of the bed. She'll sleep there, and she doesn't even try to attack my head or anything. So I don't know what it is at night that she wants to attack your head, but I think we're slowly, it's an adjustment because we're learning a whole new cat's personality and her quirks, and also personality changes in her because she's dealing with, a different situation. Aren't you, Maya? But I absolutely love her eyes. Her eyes are so gorgeous. They're blue, and they're so pretty. You're just a pretty girl. Hey, Maya. You're just a pretty girl. Look at me. I just realized I forgot to brush you. I'm still getting used to your routine too. I usually brush her around 4 o'clock every day so far, but of course that'll have to be pushed a little later when I get back to work. But it's now 6:30. We should get brushing you, shouldn't we? And, yeah, we're going to brush you. You like to be brushed, which is very nice. We brush every day, just like your mommy and daddy brushed you every day. So we're trying our best to follow everything. Wigs, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Or videos. I have no idea how I'm going to break up these clips and edit them or whatever. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.